94.7 FM KMCN Clinton, Iowa, a Gendro broadcasting station.
And good morning, it's 9:02. Back morning show. We are live at the Wild Rose Casino Studios. And for the last 238 years, every Thursday at 9 o'clock, we talk with Bill Twyford from Everything Riverfront. But Bill was busy. So he says, I'm going to send in the guy who knows everything and has a new business here in the River Cities. We are joined by LewisOne. What's up, man?
How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Appreciate you taking time out to come and talk with us.
Oh, happy to do it. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about your storefront first. You just opened the doors just a few weeks ago, right?
I did, yeah. Well, it's been a couple months, actually.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, I've been like 3 months, I think. I opened it up. Kind of a soft opening. I'm just kind of pushing things around, and I had to build out a bunch of stuff and move things around and figure it out. So yeah, that's a fun project for me. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've owned a bunch of other galleries, but this is definitely much different than the other projects I've worked on. So I'm excited for this one as being a little place I can work.
Yeah. Now you're in the Tucker Building.
Yep.
Right there on South
Yes.
3rd Street. Your art gallery is not necessarily the traditional art that some people may think of when you say art gallery. There's not the Mona Lisa or anything like that in there. You're more of a, I don't know, creative street art type thing. Is that where you'd go with it? What do you call your art?
Yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about how I started. I'm a non-starving artist in all the sense of a way. I just want to do art all the time, and that's kind of my goal. At one point, I did you make decisions to go to school. Everybody's like, you need to go to school. So
right.
I was going to school, art schools were looking, and I was like, yeah, I need to figure something out that's going to make me a non-starving artist. I don't want to starve. That sucks. So, so I went to school for business, and so I went to school for consumer psychology and marketing, and that way I wouldn't be a starving artist. I know how to market myself and promote myself. So that's kind of the direction I went there, and I worked for ad agencies and did that kind of work. But art was always the thing that supported me, that paid the bills. So that's kind of where I stuck at. So now I have this studio. I call it a studio. The difference between a studio and a gallery is a whole bunch of artists, and the studio is the space that artists work.
Okay.
And then it's a gallery because I show my own work. So I don't have any other artists in there at this time. But this is kind of where I make paintings, and there's place always smells like paint because I'm always painting and doing stuff, and I'll be out in the front and I'll paint stuff for outdoors, some spray paint stuff outside. So yeah, but I'm a street artist. I mostly do portraits and figure work, so I do a lot of that. But then I do a lot of like just kind of a grungy kind of looking like stuff incorporated inside of it. So it's a little different. A lot of bright and colorful, a lot of pop art. I do a lot of Star Wars, Doctor Who, all the stuff that people like.
Now the folks who may have gone into what is now Caffeine and Cotton.
Yeah.
When that first opened, there was a lot of artwork around the building. That was yours.
That was all my artwork.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all hung in there. So a lot of that came in there, and some of my other artwork that I have that I didn't display there. Also, I do like street signs, barn board, anything I can paint on. I enjoy painting on new surfaces. I even have ostrich eggs that I paint on. That's really fun, and kind of a different medium. So yeah, I enjoy a lot of that stuff.
If it'll sit still long enough, you'll paint it.
Even if it moves, there's been those times where I was on the farm and the cow was just sitting there, and
right.
who knows what happened. So yeah,
didn't tip it. You painted it.
Yeah, tipping cows is a bad idea. I learned that the hard way.
So when folks come in,
yep.
your stuff's for sale.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when are you open? What can they expect to see? What kind of customer comes in and says, I want one of LewisOne's projects?
Yeah. So basically, I'm open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 5, kind of banker hours minus a day there. And I have a lot of different variety of different things. Everything from my sketchbooks, more realistic works, versus stuff that's a little more abstract, a little bit of little big range of stuff. People kind of know my work when they see it, though, so I definitely have some sort of a signature to it. I don't know what it is. We also have my family as a whole. We all do artistic stuff. My wife makes soap, so we also have soap inside the shop that she makes, and we've kind of collaborated on some of the soap projects to make them a little artistic, a little different. So and they smell amazing. It makes my shop smell amazing, so that's always good. So there's just little bit of stuff for people that are super geeks. I'm a super geek, so I like to translate that to my canvases. I'm Native American, so I have a lot of Native American style art. It's kind of a Native American street art, I call it. and it's a little more modern version of Native American themes. So,
Yeah. Have you been in contact with other artists in this area? Because we have a pretty wide variety of artists here in the Clinton region.
We do. So as soon as I open the space, one of my goals, I have a project called the Society of Non-Starving Artists. And as an artist, I've learned how to sell myself. I've learned how to get out there and get the word out that I'm an artist and able to sell art, do art shows, and stay really, really busy. I do between 30 and 50 shows a year for festivals, and I do some gallery spaces, at least 12 a year of that, other spaces. So I use that knowledge, and I try to help other artists to be able to do the same thing. You know, a lot of artists struggle at just getting their work out there. How do I even do that? Where do I start? You know, so I kind of do a lot of consulting on artists, trying to help them. So in that, I started a First Friday art show, art walk, and so every first Friday of the month, I'm opening up the streets and the rest of the building. So there's lots of space available for artists to set up their work, and artists can come and just display their work and have a venue to sell. I don't take a rake. I don't charge rent. It's something that my company's sponsoring. And any artist that needs help in pursuing that as a career choice, I'm more than happy to help them. So
yeah. And there's a lot of room there in the Tucker.
There's a crazy, ridiculous amount of room. I don't even know the square footage. I was going to try to figure it out this morning before I came, and my math wasn't math, and I just couldn't. My tape measure wasn't long enough. It's a lot of square feet. I want to say it's 5,000 plus square feet.
Yeah.
And then
so you can fit quite a few artists in there to work with.
Yeah,
on
I think
Fridays.
I can get 100 artists in there really easily. I mean, not that we have 100 artists, maybe someday. I've worked on other First Friday art walks around the world, and a lot of people do them. They'll get 10 or 20, 50,000 people at their art walks in smaller towns like this. So I think that it's possible, and we can pull from Fulton and from other places around here for other artists and make it a thing. You know, we don't really have that kind of community and that kind of like just solid art community. This last few months, I kind of soft opened it by opening it in the middle of winter. I'm trying to find those hardcores that are willing to kind of contribute to it and help and build it and have that core group of artists. And I've got some really good artists right now, including some buskers. And we do singing every week. There's some busking going on. Some performances, some poetry reading already, and it's just been 3 months since we've been doing it.
Right.
And so I think just it's going to keep growing and growing and get bigger and bigger. And I'm just looking for more artists to come in and want to have more artwork. Have some crazy times and collaborate. So
yeah, and it is a growing community here in the River Cities.
It is.
It really, and the Paint It Back building has brought in a lot of notoriety and stuff for our community. So.
Yeah. Gabby's amazing. She's doing such a good job at promoting arts and stuff. I think she's doing great. So.
Yeah. So now there's other avenues of your business as well, right? Besides art, you do you wear a lot of hats.
A lot of hats. I keep myself busy. When I went to school and decided to get in for business, I really enjoyed that. In first grade, I saw something that's called a Clio Award in first grade. And it was basically an award for advertisers and commercials and graphics and stuff. And it just was life changing for me. I was like, I want to win a Clio Award. I was like, all of a sudden I wanted to, in that industry. I thought there was such a creative industry for an artist outlet. So it's something that it was always on the back of my mind. I always tried to learn business and good business decisions. So I started a company a while back in 2005 called MkUltraOne. And in me learning about consumer psychology, there's that mental aspect of learning how to produce triggers for people to help buy stuff, And so now I have an ad agency that runs in the back of the studio, and some of it's for me in order to produce my own marketing and branding. But then I also work for other clients that need it as well. So I do website design, I do website programming versus just making it pretty, making it effective, and doing some really tricky stuff with it. I also do video editing, all the stuff in-house to do a full-fledged ad agency. So, and I do consulting. If businesses are struggling, they need to figure out how to take the next step, or if they want to get into new mediums. I know a lot of the older companies are like, I don't know what's up with this social media stuff. I need to figure out how to do it. So we can kind of coach them on simple things they can do to get started, and then maybe later on, I'm available for hire in order to expand that and make it bigger for them. So so that's probably a big part of my business. I think probably 60% of my time is spent on that, 20% on being an actual artist and managing that, and the other 20% Yeah, we do bookkeeping on Mondays, right? So, so the other part is just doing that part of it. So,
Right. Now, people are interested. If we got a business out there listening or something that's like, you know what, I could use a little extra help with our digital side of things. How do they get a hold of you? What do they need to do? What do they need to get you?
yeah, they can just come to the come follow me on my socials. That's a good way to do it. I have some social show that's going to be starting next week. Some videos that I'll be doing. It's going to be super fun and crazy. Put a lot of thought into that, and then they can just contact me. I'm at 515 South 3rd Street. They can stop in anytime I'm open, from 9 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday, or they can, drop me a message on my socials, or go to my website, MkUltraOne.com, one spelled out. So they can go there and check it out. So.
Very cool. Now, again, if you're not familiar with the location by the address, it's under the old penthouse. That's what I tell everybody when I'm trying to explain what's on that block. You remember the penthouse? Oh yeah. It's in that building, right across from the Asian noodle or dragon noodle or something.
Yeah.
Right across the street there.
It smells so good all the time when he's open. So.
Right? See, that would be bad for me. I love Chinese food. If I had to smell that all the time, we'd have trouble.
Oh, yeah, I just keep my door closed and try not to think about it. Otherwise,
Spraying
bad things happen.
spray cans in front of you. See, all right, that helps. That takes it out of my brain.
Keep me focused on what's important. Right?
Yeah. So a lot of things going on there.
Yeah.
In your building. And different avenues that you offer folks. Now, didn't you do some caricatures or something downtown one night?
Yeah. So originally, one of my first job was I was an animator at Warner Brothers, and so and that's just me, out there vandalizing the streets as a kid. And one day I was vandalizing the back of the Warner Brothers lot, and somebody busted me. I was there for like 3 weeks. They had no clue I wasn't supposed to be there. I was just hanging out. And so one of them kind of figured I wasn't supposed to be there, and so they gave me a job, and as an animator. So I've been with Warner Brothers ever since. I worked on Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs, Iron Giant, a bunch of big shows.
Yeah.
And so from that, I started doing caricatures, drawing people from life, and I drove it. You'll see me at festivals a lot. A lot of people know me for that, festivals and drawing caricatures and that kind of thing. So
yeah.
Between that and painting murals, I'm out there in the streets doing the grind. No AI here. We're going to do things live. So.
You mentioned AI. I did some AI on one of the club Facebook pages that I have, and I didn't realize how personal artists took that.
Yeah.
If you used AI.
Yeah. AI, I just got done with a huge class on developing AI with Python and data analytics, and it's a really interesting world out there. But the problem with art is that AI is basically just using clip art. They steal from the internet and they pash it all together to make something that's quote unquote original, and it's absolutely not. There's a bunch of lawsuits from the Society of Illustrators and other organizations that they show that how AI has stolen artwork and used it commercially and just stolen from artists. So I think AI is really good as a assistance tool. I don't think it's a really good idea for creative tools, even in your writing, like you try to write blog posts and stuff like that, or write whole books people are doing now. They're just taking clips from other people's projects and putting it together to make sense for what you're doing.
Right.
So I think it's good as an assistant. I mean, you can tell it, hey, here's a book. Can tell me how many words are in this book, or fix my spelling and grammar, or make it all first person. There's really good linting tools that you can use for that. Helping with programmers to say, hey, I need 5 buttons that do this, and instead of having an assistant programmer, you can have an AI kind of get you the code. AI is super sloppy. I think it's never not going to be sloppy. So you're going to have something that just, in the end, is really just garbage work.
Yeah.
And it has its place, but I don't think that it has place for creating new artwork. I think that's kind of, at this point, it's definitely not original.
No.
And it does upset artists, because I think that people are using it as a crutch. I've seen a lot of children's books now where the writers are like, I don't want to hire an artist. I don't want to spend $2 to $5 grand to get them to illustrate this thing. I'm just going to cheat and do that. So that's kind of what it's being viewed at, is kind of cheating. And if you don't have money for your project, you probably need to rethink how you're financing it, right? So find other ways and try to hire real people.
Yeah. Well, I had no idea, but boy, do I now.
Oh yeah. There's people that are really passionate about it. I kind of keep my mouth shut about it for the most part, and once in a while I'll like today I'll spew my 2 cents in on it.
Yeah. No, I asked for it, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, even theatrical artists, they stand up for their artistic brethren, and
Yeah.
they were not happy. I'm like, dude, it was funny.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Jeez.
AI actors. I mean, that's it. The writers don't want to hire actors, right? So the writer's just like, I'll just have the computer do the acting for me, and cut corners. And in the end, I think it's going to bite them in the butt, just their creativity and their ability to create new things is going to diminish hugely. So the people that don't use AI, they're out in the streets painting pictures and doing real art, are the creatives that are going to succeed. And in the end, those are the ones that are going to take over. Yeah. And those guys are being hacks, I don't know.
Right. Well, I watch a TV series called The Pit with Noah Wiley, and one of the doctors uses an AI program to keep her medical notes.
Yeah.
And so we saw a misdiagnosis last week on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because her AI changed some things. Yeah. And a guy could have died, but because she's like, well, it's only a 5% chance of mistakes. Yeah. Like, well, we can't take that 5%. It could kill somebody.
And AI, in their effort to make it more creative, will lie to you just to convince you that their story's true. So that's the other big scary part, that those AIs are not factually based necessarily.
And there's nobody watching them to make sure they're fact based.
No, that's impossible to do.
Right.
I mean, it's too many bots out there. Everybody now is downloaded ChatGPT and DeepSeek, and you can't really manage that. It's kind of on its own. So yeah, it's self-replicating, it's self-programming now. It's already building its next version from itself. And so yeah, it's kind of that part's a scary world, and just robots taking over the world.
Right. Well, go with the original artist and stop by and see Lewis in downtown Clinton. Man, I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Interesting cat. You got a lot of things going on.
Thank you.
And look forward to seeing you expand. And so the first Friday of every month, you're going to have a little art show.
Art walk, yep. We have a sign up on the kiosk. And, you can just contact me. You can just go to my website and give me a call through that, or send me messages, and get more and more artists in there and do fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lewis. We appreciate it very much. It is 9:19 now. I asked Lewis, did Bill tell you what song we had to go out on? And you said he hadn't told you. You didn't know.